Another week, another candle. The stock market is pumping, the crypto market is pumping, but should we be excited? We're going to discuss about all that coming up after the intro. What's up guys, this is JC and welcome to the Wealth Engineering channel. The more you pay attention to, the more aware you become. And in this channel, we pay attention to stocks and crypto to find the best place to grow your portfolio. If this is something that interests you, I want you to smash the like button, subscribe, and click the bell. As usual, every Sundays we release videos on the stock and crypto market. With that said, you came here for the truth. Let's just dive deep into it. All right, let's start with the S&P 500 first. Last week, I released a video showing you that red doji candle, which I circled, saying that this is a sign of a reversal in the pattern, of a reversal in the market. However, for this week, we had a very bullish candle. It's the same thing that happened here all over again. We had a bearish engulfing candle here, and then the next week, there was a giant bullish candle. Here we have another reversal candle, and then here next week, we have a giant bullish candle. But what's actually happening is the strength is getting weaker. So if we still haven't crossed this yellow line yet. I remember, as I mentioned every week, this is a bearish divergence. And until we break this, we haven't really pushed through and we're not actually building huge momentum. So we need to build this. But I also want to show you something else. If we put it on a daily chart and looking at the RSI, despite the price going higher on the S&P 500, you can see that the trend on the RSI is actually heading downwards. And my prediction is towards the end of the year, the RSI will actually be around here. And you can see how it's following this line nicely. I'm expecting, so what can we expect for this week? I'm expecting the stock market is going to rise again. And we're going to have a challenge on this yellow line. And I'm expecting that we're going to break this line. So this might take 7 days. It might take 10 days. But eventually, we're going to try to challenge this line and a rejection might happen. You might see for a brief moment we pass through it. But on the long term, it's going down. Not to keep this video too long, I want to jump straight to Bitcoin and the crypto market as a whole. Now, Bitcoin's been doing great this week. And you can see on the Bitcoin dominance chart, we're leaning towards the lower 61% and now we're high 62%. And we're getting ready for a cross. And this is on the weekly chart. If we put it on the daily chart, it's a different story. You can see that the cross already happened. This is a bullish cross for Bitcoin. And then what also happened is we're breaking resistance, which is now becoming the new support. All right. So last time we had a cross like this, there was a nice push. So we might see something like this in the next week where Bitcoin try to rally again. But I don't think it's going to be that high. Not yet. Good news is on the RSI, we're above 50. On a MACD, we're building some momentum. But if you're looking at the ADX, the strength is still low. And the gap between the green line and the red line is not wide enough. So it means that we haven't had enough momentum to really separate Bitcoin from the altcoin. So it could mean two things. It's either there's not enough volume to push the price up for Bitcoin, or the altcoins are going at a rate much faster than Bitcoin. I can definitely tell you the latter is very true. So last week I talked briefly about this chart. It's a BALX chart, Bitcoins, and we had a very bullish candle for this week. I would say the last resistance, which we break 60,000 for Bitcoin this week. That's very good. But again, we have to pay attention to the RSI. We break this on an all-time high when the RSI on the weekly chart is already on the overbought area. And you can see this downtrend forming. It's kind of like forming a triangle. Eventually, it's going to bounce around this until it breaks it on up or downside. Now, we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. Even on the daily chart, you can see this is a down pattern. So that also confirmed that we haven't had enough volume to really push through and create a strong all-time high. And the reason why I'm saying this is, despite the price pumping that you're seeing here, you should start getting ready for correction. because the correction is starting to be more and more clear as where the price are going higher. We can see there is not enough volume and momentum to really push this price that we're seeing, whether we're talking about Bitcoin, or we can see the same for the altcoin market. The altcoin market has a similar pattern. You can see the MACD is very extended. We're looking at the weekly chart. The strength is very high, and it's been high for a lot of weeks like this. We're ready for correction on the altcoin market as well. And I have a feeling maybe by the end of this month, we might see this. So the chart is already setting up itself to have that reversal. So the short answer is, on a short term, is the price are pumping, but that also means when it pumps. But be aware, whenever the price are pumping, they can also dump. And the dumps, depending on what your strategies are, you may want to use this as an opportunity to load up to your position. Because if you followed my course, you would be aware that we are on a cycle in the cryptocurrency right now, and this cycle can last a couple times, can last 6 months, it can even last a year. But right now, we're not done yet on this cycle. So with that said, if you have any questions, make sure you drop them on the comment section, and we'll talk on the next video.